Today's show is brought to you by Square Cash. You guys know Square Cash? Square Cash is the best way to pay people, honestly. You understand me? Sending money is totally free and fast, and most payments can be deposited directly to your bank account in seconds. It happens in seconds. You understand? Some of these other ones, they don't do it in seconds. It takes like days, but this is fast. Download the free Square Cash app for iPhone or Android now. What's up, my babies? Hey, it's congratulations. We're back, and it's the 11th episode. Did you ever think we'd do it? I didn't know if we'd do it or not, but we did it. I think that's amazing. Now, it's very interesting that my producer chose to open up a fucking soda can right after we started. And you guys heard that? That was him. So, it's very interesting they did that, even though he should have done it right before. But it's all good, and, you know, I'm not upset. We were just talking about, I got this group text message going on with actually my producer here, and another close friend and a brother of mine, my actual brother. I know when you say a brother, it sounds like it's either somebody who you love very, very dearly, or if I was a racist white guy, it might be a black guy. Yeah, we have a brother. We have a brother in the text message chain. And we were talking about, my brother sent this horrible, funny Instagram video. And it was very bad. And we watched it, and we all got angry. And you guys do this with your friends, you know what I mean? Oh my God, look at this shit. And then you love to hate it. So I was saying that I hated it because it drives me nuts that people think they're funny just because they have Instagram and then do funny videos. And my brother and one of my other close friends was saying that the worst part about it were the people that think it's funny. And I don't agree with that. I think it's bad that somebody thinks it's funny. But ultimately they were saying that funny is whatever somebody thinks it is, which is very true. If you think something's funny, it's funny. But I was saying you got to take responsibility in it's disrespectful, basically. Like my mom says, she's always said, "Oh, Chris, you have such a good voice. You should sing." And that makes me mad. What makes me mad is if then I believed that and then started singing. And then was like, yeah, I'll just do a singing career. Like if I all of a sudden, you know, besides doing comedy, I would go on Instagram, or, you know, it doesn't have to be on Instagram, but since we're talking about it, I'll go on Instagram and then all of a sudden like do some singing videos because it got in my head that I have a good voice and I took them seriously. That's what makes me mad, is that people don't have the filter themselves to be like, oh, well, to be a singer is like, it's so disrespectful for me to think, oh, I'm going to sing now. Because these fucking singers have been taking years and years and years and years of their lives and sacrificed relationships, marriages, relationships with their kids, fucking friendships. And then for somebody like me to come along and be like, oh, I'm going to sing now, that's the most disrespectful shit ever. So don't do comedy if you don't do comedy. That's mainly the fucking thing. I'm not going to fucking sell a house. Not a realtor. Not a realtor. Hey, if I fucking walk up and down the block and I say, hey, you guys want to buy a house? People be like, oh, what? Aren't you the comedian? Yeah, but right now I sell houses because I chose to today. It doesn't work like that. Pay your dues. Pay your dues. Diddling din din din. Dude, that's my PSA for today. Pay your fucking dues. Yeah, I don't know. But so that's what we were talking about. What do you guys think? You can tell me. You can tell me on the hashtag congratulations pod. You can do that if you want. And By the way, as you noticed in the last episode and the episode before that, maybe, we got some sponsors, and that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to fucking be. And sometimes people are tweeting me now saying, "Oh man, dude, don't don't talk about now. It really sucks. You got fucking, you got to do sponsors and you got to do commercials and you're fucking." Hey, my question for you is, why the fuck did you think I started doing this goddamn podcast, huh? Got a serious question for you. Why the motherfuck do you think I started to do this podcast? Huh? What'd you think? It was to entertain you? You goddamn self-centered piece of shit? Or was it to get that fucking Skrilla? Was it to stack chips? Or was it to make sure that your work day was better for 40 minutes? Or was it to literally back up the Brinks truck and pile Gouda into my garage? This is how life is. Don't tweet me, "Oh man, sucks you got sponsors." I'm trying to back up the Brinks truck. Dude, sorry you got to listen to 15 seconds of me hawking a potato. Fast forward it. Bye. I got to back up the Brinks truck. Okay? So if you start hearing ads on my fucking podcast, which, by the way, is free for you, then just know when you're hearing those ads, I'm hearing beep, 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 because the Brinks truck's backing up. Okay? So fucking sit back, relax, listen to all the free shit. Okay? Stop complaining. Because what you're doing is being an ingrate. Now you got lots of problems. Of course, you got lots of problems. That's why you're somebody who takes to Twitter and complains about commercials. But I'm busy piling up that blue cheese. Okay? Yeah. This is why I do it, dude. This is why I do it. So, a lot of people, "Oh, man, don't spend that much time talking about it." Bye. Turn around. Yeah. Dude, if you tweet about how I shouldn't have commercials, turn around. All right? Speaking of turning around, last time we did a big thing about fucking how United should turn around, and look what happened. Dude, look what happened today. A fucking guy got limp-bodied, dragged off a fucking commuter jet because he wouldn't give up his seat. Now, this is another thing we were talking about on my text message chain, dude. All right? One of my close friends was pissing me off a great deal because he said the guy should have just got up off the plane when security got on the plane. All right, here's what happened. If you don't know what happened, United, the piece of shit airline, piece of shit airways, fuck boy airs, fucking United fucking wipe my asshole airline, overbook their flights because they always do. Now, that shouldn't be a thing, period. Don't overbook. Don't sell something you don't have. Hey, dude, do you guys want to buy watches? Send me a bunch of money, and I'll send you the watches. And then when you send me the monies, don't have watches. Can't do that. It's illegal, all right? So these people are selling seats that they don't have. They don't have them. There's 200 seats on an airplane or whatever, and they sell fucking 300. I don't know what the fuck they do, but don't do it, all right? Now, a lot of these airlines do that. That's not cool, but United does it so fucking much. And we know that because they're the worst pieces of shit airline run by cats, okay? Now, they overbooked. And when they overbook, you hear this a lot on the Overcom. You'll get some fucking person who can barely speak English that's like, United has to say that they have overbooked their flight. So what we want to do is we would like to offer a voucher for $25 and the hotel, but you stay at the kitchen of Doubletree Inn. And you will be able to leave in 5 days instead of right now. And everybody goes like this, no. And then they say, hello, nobody took the bait, so what we're going to do is we're going to sell the voucher. We're adding the voucher. By the way, we're not offering you money. We're just giving you a voucher so you can take this shitty airline later. But we have changed it from $25 to $26. And we're going to put you up a little bit nicer. We're not going to put you up in the kitchen of the Doubletree. We're going to put you up in the right outside of the sundry shop. We're going to put you right outside the sundry shop. We're going to give you free toothpaste, and you get to leave in 4 days now instead of today. And instead of 5 days, 4 days. And when no one takes that debate, they're like, okay, we basically going to fuck you in the ass and throw you off the plane. Bye. That's what happened. What happened was nobody took the fucking vouchers, and then they got, by the way, this was already when they were on the plane. And then they got randomly selected 4 people to get off the plane, and one guy wouldn't go, so security came on and fucking took the guy off. Literally. They bashed his face against the fucking armrest and then dragged his limp body off of the plane. Now, that's awful, and that's 100% obvious. Don't bash a guy's face on the plane. That's pretty much how it goes. And don't drag someone off the plane. That's pretty much how it goes. Now, here's the worst part. They needed the seats. United needed the seats for fucking United staff to get to another airport. Now, that's one of the worst parts. Okay? But now, my point is, offer more money until the guy wants to get off the plane. You sold me some shit. Now I have it. Now it's up to you to fucking buy it back if you want. Now I know there's a bunch of fine print and shit, but we don't live in a fucking world where people read the fucking fine print. And I know I'm starting to sound like a little bit like Alex Jones, but dude, don't you sell me something. I don't give a fuck what the fine print says. It's mine. Okay? You cheap motherfucking bitch-ass airline. You want it back? Give me more than fucking $35. They offered him $800. This guy was a doctor trying to get back to his patients on Monday. And he said no. So security came out and dragged him off. Now, all that being said, this guy who was dragged off of the airplane was the bitch of the week. Okay? He screamed. Hey, you grown man, don't scream. Don't scream because security came and fucking tried to take you off the plane. The guy screamed like a bitch. Look at the video. He went, ah, ah, ah. And then they dragged him, he went limp. And they dragged him. They rolled him off like it was like chicken. Like they just dragged him. Oh my God, he looked so bitch. My brother took some screenshots and sent them to me. The guy, I'm going to post them on Twitter. They're fucking hilarious. This guy's in his 40s or 50s, acting like a victim, which he was a victim. But come on, bro. Pull your nuts down. This fucking guy. Pull your fucking nuts down, dude. And, don't... I tell you one thing, I wouldn't have got off that goddamn plane. There's no fucking way. I would have done it. I would have took it to Twitter or some shit. But man, no, dude, make it worth my while. I don't know. Everyone was sending me this shit because I always talk shit about United, and then so everyone tweeted it to me, and I looked at it first thing in the morning, and the guy screamed like a bitch. And how about those fucking women, the housewife women that were just like, no. Hey, shut the fuck up. No. You're so coddled, you know? I would have been laughing my fucking balls out of my asshole if I saw that. You know what I would have done? I would have fucking... I have this on my phone for things like this. I have the Mission Impossible theme song, and I would have played it on my phone. You would have fucking heard it. The guy would have been like, no, 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 and then I just would have held my phone up and it would have went, and it would have, you know, I would have played that. You would have heard that on the video if I was on the plane. And that would have been the best part. That some fucking guys trying to get off the plane and they couldn't get him off the plane. And that was the Mission Impossible. Oh, man. With his limp body. Everyone's a fucking victim. But this guy is going to get money. I hope this guy gets fucking money. I hope this guy sues United. In fact, I want to sue United for having the distress of having to see that video. Fuck United. After that leggings bullshit, fuck United forever. I'm not even complaining. I'm just trying to give you motherfuckers what's right. Also, this is a cult. It's not a podcast, man. You in my cult? You understand. You fucking understand. Coachella's coming up, and I want everybody to not go. So that's it. I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on this. I just feel like it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things that people just jump on because they jump on. And then Stagecoach is a big thing, too, of the people who are like, yeah, not Coachella, but we're going to listen to country. Hey, this is the thing. Let's be out in 107-degree weather where people literally die just for being there. Let's dress up in hot, dumb as shit outfits. Let's dance like morons around people who are on Molly, on bands that are definitely terrible, that you can for sure listen to more clearly if you just got them on iTunes and listened to them in your car. Let's be with 1 million people doing that. Now, all that is awful. But then, as if that's not bad enough on a Coachella, let's replace that awful music with country music the week later and go to Stagecoach. Now, let me make something very clear. I talk in a lot of absolutes and a lot of hyperboles because it's funny. Do I really believe all of it? I don't know. That's up for you to decide. But let's stop the comedy right now. And for 4 seconds, while I say this, let's make it real. If you like country, you're dumb. Back to comedy. All right? Now, I don't care how you're listening to it. All right? I understand. I don't care. I don't care how you're listening to it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you think it's funny. I don't care if you think it's good. I don't care if you think, yeah, I get it. I get what it is, but still put it on. No. You bad person. Turn around. Dude. And then people say to me, but you haven't listened to the good country. Yeah, I have. What's the good country? What is it? Fucking Hank Williams? Is that what they say in 1940? All right, fine. That's it. Him. That's it. He fucking, if you started some bullshit and you fucking made it and then it turned into some bullshit, then fine. But that's it. You're not going to fucking play me some shit. I walked out on him, Brown. I walked out on him, Brown. I walked out on him, Brown. Burned his fucking house down, Brown. That's a fucking song if you're a woman. And if you're a woman in country, that's your song. If you're a fucking guy in country, it's listen to music with me in my car on the fucking hill while we look out on the city. I'm just a fucking country boy, Brown. suck copious cucumbers. Dude, you fucking bitch ass. We're listening in the back of my car. We're listening to music. Somebody else wrote the song and then they sold it to me. Brown. And then you're like, yeah, no, it's bad, but you know, it's still what this is. Turn around. Dude, walked out on him. Brown. Burned his fucking house down. Brown. Only thing I liked about him was his dog. Brown. Shut up. It's bad. It's formulaic. It's bad. Country music, dude. How Canadian is it to like country music, too? Dude, I just, that don't impress me much. How? I love that song was the beginning of when I was like, what the fuck is going on? When she's like, because here's why that song doesn't make any fucking sense. Because she says, oh, you're a rocket scientist or whatever the fuck. That don't impress me much. How? And then she says, so she comes up with all these extravagant things that would absolutely impress you if you'd never got a lobotomy. If you never fucking were an absolute insane person. She says all these things like, so you finished school in 4 weeks? You can wash a car without using soap and water? It's impressive. No matter what I don't remember what the examples were, but, you fucked a bird and now you gave birth to a human-bird hybrid? That don't impress me much. Yeah, it does. Okay? So she comes up with all these extravagant fucking things. You built a TV out of twine and starburst? That don't impress. Yeah, it does. That's me scratching the record. Yeah, it does. You know what I want somebody to do out there? Make the song and then have it stop every time she says, that don't impress me much, and then fucking put me in there and have it go like this. Yeah, it does. Somebody please do that. I'll fucking shit crying laughing. What's that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what she says. So you're Brad Pitt, huh? That don't... Yeah, it does. Who did Shania Twain marry? By the way, anybody? She probably married fucking Christian Bale. So you're Brad Pitt, huh? The biggest movie star in the world doesn't impress you much? Bye. Dude, don't be a dick about it. Don't put down Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt heard that song and was like, oh, that kind of stings. So here's what make all the examples you want, but the last one she says is, this is what drives me fucking nuts. So you got a car? Dude, hey, start with that one, you fucking asshole. That's actually not impressive. So you ate a salad? I mean, what? So, you know what a wall is. What are you talking about? She starts off with the fucking all the shit. So, you took down bin Laden, huh? So, you learned how to resolve conflict without using missiles. And then, so, you saw a dog. You saw a dog once, huh? Doesn't impress you? Well, no shit, having a car doesn't impress you, but all the other stuff does. So don't end with the car thing. So then at the end of the song, all the fucking women are like, yeah, that doesn't impress. Start with the car thing, dude. Start with the fucking car thing. Then get to Brad Pitt. Then get to the rocket scientist. And you won't have as many women on board with you. Don't trick the women, dude. Don't trick the fucking women. It does impress you. I know what you're doing, Shania Twain. I know what you're fucking doing. All this shit. All this fucking God. Well, I don't even know how I got to country. Oh, yeah, Stagecoach, dude. Stagecoach. God, and the excuse to wear an outfit is what drives me nuts. If you like, I think 65% of these people are, when I see people, did you get your, because I don't hear these people talk because I would never be around these people, but did you get your Coachella outfit? Like it's a fucking, I got a question. Oh, you got a Coachella outfit? Why do you have an outfit? You're just going outside to hang out around a bunch of fucking people. Oh, you got an outfit? Why you got an outfit? What is it? You gonna play? Hey, what fucking black box theater are you going to? Oh, you're not going to Coachella. You're going to a black box theater, and you're going to perform for me. Now, I got to tell you guys something about this underwear I've been wearing, and it's MeUndies, and it's actually amazing. Now I know that I'm like telling you about this because it's an ad, but I am also telling you that it's amazing underwear. It's actually the only underwear I wear. I have so many different pairs. They're all different colors, and they're very cool. And honestly, store-bought underwear in 5-packs, it's just not good. It just they come off at the seams. And I have something that's going to change your life for the better, and it is MeUndies. Now, it's really soft, dude. It's comically soft. You put it on, and you're like, what is this? And it feels good, and it's delivered right to your door. You can have it delivered. Like it's pizza or something. So MeUndies are designed in LA, and they are made from this thing called micro-modal. And it's fabric that is actually 3 times softer than cotton. And guess what? You save time and money each month with a monthly subscription. So if you're ready for a subscription, do that. And if you're not, it's okay. You can still save. And that's because MeUndies is offering you 20% off of your first pair. MeUndies.com MeUndies.com/congrats. Get 20% off your first pair. Go ahead. MeUndies.com/congrats. 20% off your first pair. MeUndies.com/congrats. Square Cash is honestly, in my opinion, the best way and the only way to pay people for stuff, period. That goes for restaurants, coffee with friends, splitting the tab, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can pay the mafia that way if they want. If they have them get the app. No extra gimmicks. No bullshit. You understand me? That's how much passion I have about this. I'm saying bullshit in this ad. It's just payments in your bank and done. That's it. Download the free Square Cash app for iOS or Android now. Square Cash is better than the other guys. I'm telling you, and you can pay the Russian mafia that way. And then they go like this. Thank you very much. Glad I downloaded a Square Cash app just like you for a Square Cash app for iOS or Android now. Do that. And that's on the Apple App Store or the Google Play app. Yeah. Remember what I said about ads? You think that I'm not going to do those? Yeah, you got another thing coming, man. And by the way, you're going to get that shit too because it's good. I'm only going to do the good ones, I think. So far, I've only done the good ones. So yeah, I was at the, did you hear that? I just cracked my neck. I wonder if you heard that shit. I was at the, I walked by a pet store recently because they were selling, not selling, but they had like dogs for adoption and shit like that. But they also had like, so I guess it wasn't a pet store. I don't know what it was, but it had like all sorts of shit, like snakes and shit. Hey, who has a snake? Who has a pet snake? Who has a fucking pet snake? Who has a pet snake, number one? Number two, if you want a pet snake, you don't walk by a pet store and you're like, I bet a snake would be a good thing to have. And then, what if you left the house and you were like going to get a coffee and you walked by a pet store and you came home with a snake and your wife was like, it's over. Honestly, I have 2 dogs. I want to punt them. If I had a snake, dude, anyone who has a pet snake deserves to get bitten by that snake for sure. And deserves to lose the snake and then be like, where's the snake in my house? And deserves to be terrified. Who has a lizard? Who has a pet tarantula? Who has bugs, dude? You get a dog. You get a dog, you get a cat. That's it. You don't get a fucking snake. All right? You know why you don't get a snake? Because you get a dog or a cat. Do you have a gerbil? Get a snake. Have the snake eat the gerbil. Then get rid of the snake. That's how we do that. That's how we do that. Do you have a snake? Be in India. Okay? Are you in Southern California? Are you in Milwaukee? Move. You can't have a snake, pet snake, if you're in America. I don't give a fuck. Very weird. I watched this, speaking of animals, I watched this documentary type thing where, like these violins, these Stradivari violins, some of them cost like $15 million for a violin. Like, what kind of a guy do you have to be that loves violins that fucking would pay $15 million for a violin? And I was learning why the violins are so expensive, and it's because they were made while the time of year in like the early 1900s, I think it was. I wasn't really paying attention because it was a documentary about violins. But it was they were saying that the reason why it was so expensive was because the sound was so good when they were made, because the trees were growing really slowly. And when the trees grow real slow, the wood is dense. It's more dense. It's denser, more dense, I think. Anyway, so they also were made because this guy was like making a bunch of limited violins with spider web. The strings were made of like some kind of spider silk. Which was like, it was like, how fucking bored are we as the human race to fucking be like, to have figured this out? You know? Like, we've come such a long way. We've built houses and great like that some guy's like, well, let's use the dense wood and we'll make the fucking violins and let's use spider. To even figure out, let's squeeze spiders and make fucking an instrument. So they made these violins, and in this time period of these few years, they were the best violins ever. And now they go for like they go for millions of dollars. And the thing is, they can't. So they figured out that these strings were really good because of the spider silk, but you can't farm spiders because they are territorial, and if you put them all in the amount of the guy was saying, if you put them all together, then they'll kill each other. It'll be like a fucking scene from 300 until there's only enough spiders that they have enough space to live, right? So this one guy, I don't know, scientist or just lunatic, decided to inject goat embryos with spider silk genome, and fucking the goats would reproduce, and then the fucking goats would come out, and in their milk they would have spider silk, and they would produce fucking thousands of I don't want to say pounds, whatever the liquid one, ounces or I don't know what it was, but of spider silk, and then they can make all these violins sounding amazing. Hey, how bored are we as a human race? It just got even worse. Spiders. Like, we can't farm spiders. Hey, dude, that's the end of that. Well, we can't farm spiders. Well, okay, I guess we're not going to make the best sounding violins that the common ear can't even distinguish. But some guy was like, I'm bored enough. I bet I could make it work with goats. How bored do you have to be? How many episodes of Chopped have you seen to where you're like, okay, I'm going to try and have fucking spider silk injected in goats to see if goats can produce spider silk so violins can sound better. That's a sentence that came true because a guy saw too many episodes of Chopped Jr. Dude, before I decide how to make a violin sound better with goat milk, I've seen everything on Amazon, Hulu, fucking Crackle. Dude, I've seen everything on Crunchyroll, okay? I've seen everything on iTunes. I've seen everything on YouTube. I've watched that fucking Kevin Hart comedy app that he tried to launch. I've seen every video on that. I re-downloaded Vine. Even though it's dead, I saw every Vine video. I went to Japan and only saw the fucking, apps you can get there. And then, and only then, I decided to make violins sound better with goats. How bored are we? And by the way, everyone got cured from cancer, AIDS, and also tuberculosis and polio. Everyone's got all their limbs. We've regenerated everything. The paralyzed people who were paralyzed can now walk again. We've figured out a way to restore hair growth and make tits bigger naturally. Pussies tighter and dicks bigger. And then, and only then, we decided to make violins sound better with goats and spiders. I mean, come on, what are we doing, dude? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Hey, I got a question for that guy who figured that out. What you doing? I want to fly to that area, wherever it is. Definitely not in a city. You know why? You know why you know it's not in a city? Because you know what cities have? Things to do. This guy was far away from lots of sex, far away from the internet, and was like, what do I do? Saw goats, heard a violin, and went, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, guess what? Hey, guess if the guy's 12 or 70? He's 70. You know why you know? Because he's bored as shit. Dude. Oh, man. I watched this documentary with my mouth open. And my dick out just because it's disrespectful. I got to take my dick out for this. Can't watch this show with my fucking dick in my pants because I have no respect for it. You know what? It's actually, that's a joke. I really do have respect for somebody. I don't give a shit what you do as long as it's not hurting anybody and also you're passionate about it. Dude, I hope that guy makes the most brilliant fucking violins of all time and they go for millions and millions and millions of dollars. But also, get some stuff to do. You made violins sound better with goats and spiders? You weird. Hey, guy, you probably haven't had that much sex. Hey, guy. Amazing, dude. I don't know. I don't know how it. I don't know how it. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you. God, the focus, you know. What else did they have on the show? I was watching what show was it, by the way? It was called, it's probably in my, let me go on Netflix to see what I watched recently. Oh, I love how they keep changing the app icons, by the way, so you never know what you're fucking looking for. That's awesome. When YouTube turned white, the app turned white, and now I can never find YouTube. Remember when it was red for 90 years, and then all of a sudden they made it fucking white? Now I can't find it. Recently watched. Come on, babies. Recently watched. Come on, babies. Oh, naturally, I can't find recently watched. So that's very cool. Oh, here we go. New releases trending now, TV shows. Continue watching. Here it is. Weird Wonders of the World. There's like 47 episodes of it. I've watched all those episodes, by the way, before I decided to make violins sound better with spider silk in goats. Speaking of Netflix, my Netflix special comes out this summer, Man on Fire. I had shows in Oxnard this past weekend, Oxnard, California. Where is it? Hey, I got a question for you, Oxnard. Where are you? It's so funny. I would ask who was when every show had hundreds of people at it, and every time I asked, "Hey, who's from here?" 14 people would clap. Where is it? Where are you? Who lives here? Lots of buildings. Who lives here? So we did shows there, and by the way, the staff and the management at the Oxnard the Levity Live Club in Oxnard is maybe the best staff and management I've ever dealt with. They're great. If you want to go, I'm sure they're good with the customers too. I mean, if you want to go to a comedy club, they're great. I don't know who performs there all the time. I know I did this past weekend, but man, it's great. It's a great club. So they'll take care of you. If you're in Oxnard, check it out. And I'll tell you what. Sometimes I do VIP like meet and greets afterwards for like a few of the people. Everybody there was like the nicest to deal with. Like the people there were great in Oxnard. And they were just so nice and pleasant and not that drunk and just fucking appreciative. I didn't know it was going to be like that, but they were fucking awesome, man. And the security there was awesome. But I had to throw one girl out, man, of the show. And she was in the front row. And I went on stage. First of all, my opener went up. And he said, "Yo, you got to be quiet." And then my feature went up. And he said, "Shut up" to her like 2 or 3 times. So I said to the security, I was like, "Just so you know, that lady right there is giving people trouble. If I say one thing to her, you got to throw her out because you already been warned about 4 or 5 times." So I was in the middle of doing a bit about, something. It was in the beginning of my act. And she goes, "Dude, hey, Chris," like it's just me and her in a room together with no one else. She says, "Hey, Chris, do the drunk girls bit." And so I literally looked at her. I stopped what I was doing. I looked at her and I said, "Hey, you got to go. Sorry, but you really got to go. Can you throw her out, please?" And everyone got super weird because it was uncomfortable, I guess, which I don't get uncomfortable because I love it because, there's something nice about, because I know I'm making the show better. I know if she exits, then everyone else gets to watch the show they want to watch and doesn't have some fucking idiot yelling out. Now, she was perplexed when I threw her out. She was dumbfounded. She wasn't angry. She was like, "What? What? And I was like, "Yeah, you got to go, man." My opener 3 or 4 times, I think it was more than that. They were like, "They told you to be quiet. You just got to go. Bye." And it took 3 minutes, and I just stood there, and it was silent. And it felt good, because I knew that after this, the show was going to be better. And she was like looking at the people she was with. She was like, you're going to come with me, right? It was sad. But I don't give a fuck, dude. You can't talk at a comedy show because you're not the comedian. Laugh and don't laugh. That's it. 2 rules. Laugh. Don't laugh. Dude, you're not going to give me suggestions. Oh, my goddamn jukebox. First of all, that drunk girl's bit is 5 years old. I don't even know it anymore. If you fucking heckle, you get thrown out. I don't know why people don't know this, man. But this lady, dude, she was, you're going to come with me, right? Oh, it felt fucking weird and good. It made me feel alive. And then one lady went with her, but her other friends didn't because they were like, fuck that, I paid to see this guy. It was awesome. And it was weird for like 10 minutes after that. I had to get back on track. Oh, man. I always wonder what that person wakes up the next day thinking. Because, obviously she was drunk. But I wonder what so many of them are like, that wasn't cool, what he did. I just asked him. I just gave him a suggestion. It's just you can't do that, man. I have a feeling most of the people who listen to this podcast probably know not to do that. But, dude, I'm going to throw you out if you're heckling. That's what's going to happen. And here's the other thing, too. It's always, well, no, not always, but it's 95% of the time an attractive woman. It is. And you can say, oh, that's not cool or whatever, but it is. I'm the comedian. It's 95% of the time an attractive woman. And I feel like it's because people don't fucking tell them no. They don't tell them, they don't put them in their place because they give them everything. And guys say, oh, yeah, okay, oh, no, you can do what you want because they want to fuck that girl. And if you come to my show and you do that, bye. Because guess what? I'm not going to fuck you anyway. You came with someone else, and I'm doing my job. You got to go, dude. You got to go. That goes back to the thing I was saying earlier about how, like, be respectful. If you're going to fucking, don't all of a sudden think you're hilarious and make funny videos. You got to fucking pay your dues. You got to go on stage. You got to fucking, you got to be funny. You can't just be, and then all of a sudden be a fucking realtor. So if you're going to a comedy show, you got to know how to be. You can't fucking just, guys telling you, oh, you're great, you're amazing, oh, that's hilarious, oh, you're good, oh, you're fucking, yeah, you can do that, of course you can, yeah, get away with murder, yeah, you're hot, because you cleavage. Nah. That's on you, dude. That's on you to check yourself. It's hard as fuck, but it's still on you, dude. But those guys are fucking idiots who do that. Those guys are morons. They got their own shit to work out, but that's on you to know how to be in a fucking room. Because you got brain. Because you know what else? Even though you got cleavage, you got brain. You got eyes, you got ears. That's on you. Every time I throw a chick out, too, I always look at the dude because it's so fun. Some guy was one time I threw. This was months ago. I threw someone out. I threw same thing. A woman that was fairly attractive heckled me, and I actually don't even remember what she looked like. But a guy said I said, you gotta go, leave, and she started leaving, and I was like, how do you feel, dude? I was like, you probably feel really funny right now because you gotta like be on her side and shit, and even though she's wrong. But you got it because you're her guy, And I was fucking laughing at this shit. I was saying this on stage, and it was totally weird, but it was totally fucking funny because I was like, you feel so bunched up right now because she's your girl, and you got to stand by her, and you got to leave with her, right? Or you're gonna stay, even though she's wrong. You got to stand by her. I love it, dude. I love it, dude. If I brought a girl to a comedy show and she heckled the comedian, guess what I'm doing? Sitting. I'm staying. See ya. Hey, lady, whoever I brought, you can either Uber home or Wait outside of the comedy club until the show's over, then I'll take you home. Dude, I would love it. I could be with the girl for 7 years. She could be my wife. If she heckled, bye. Wait outside. I'll be done when the show's over. Oh, man. I should have, you know what I should have, actually, when people heckle? I should have United Airlines staff as my security, and they should just come in and bash whoever's face in against an armrest and then drag their limp bodies out. Fuck United, dude. Remember? Remember that. Don't lose wind of that. I wish somebody was there to play the Mission Impossible theme song. All right, I'm going to go on Twitter. I'm going to look at these hashtags, see if anybody gamed the system or if they didn't. Here we go. All right, I'm looking at some of these ones. Somebody reminded me about the Pepsi commercial. Austin Lyon. At Austin B. Lyon. Very cool. Good job, bud, on the handle. All right, here's the deal with the Pepsi commercial. Pepsi commercial was actually the worst commercial in history. It was the number one worst commercial in history. It was horrible. It was so ridiculous. It was so offensive. I mean, people are dying. White cops are beating up black citizens, and people are protesting all sorts of shit nowadays, and protesting real issues. And these cops are just kind of like watching, and Kendall Jenner hands this cop a Pepsi, and everything's all good, and then everyone cheers. But here's the deal with the Pepsi commercial. Now, Pepsi put that commercial out there as if they're a bunch of fucking morons. I mean, this is what these ads, this is what I was talking about earlier in the previous episode. These ads, just make a better fucking ad. You want people to buy Pepsi, it's easy, dude. Fuck you, it's easy. Just get better commercials. You got too many people thinking about this shit, and then it turns into this fucking, we'll get Kendall Jenner and she'll give a cop of Pepsi and everything will be okay. Huh? But here's the thing about it. Everyone fucking went nuts. This was the worst move. Pepsi not only apologized, which maybe they should have apologized, fine, but they fucking struck it. They said, we're not going to air it anymore. You motherfucker, you make your bed, you air that commercial till it fucking runs down, till it's over. You don't disrespect me by saying, never mind. Never mind. We'll take it down. You bitch-ass Pepsi. What show are you watching on Netflix right now? Amber Smith. At Amber Bapamba. Change it. I told you it was that Wonders of the World or whatever it was. It was pretty good. Even though they were talking about violins for way too long. So I got another question here. I get this one a lot, actually. Joe Crawford, at Joe O. Croft. Pretty good. When are you coming to the UK? I don't know, man. The problem with the UK and the overseas is you don't make as much money the first time around. No matter how big you are, they like to be like, well, he's never played over here technically, so we can't, we don't know. It's like everyone's got the internet, all right? The shows are all over the place. Don't give me that shit. But I am going to Australia because I'm just sucking it up. I want to go. So I'll be in UK soon. I don't know about soon, but I want to go there. I do want to go there. I just want, it's like when you can make more money going to Milwaukee than you can for going to London. It's like it's a little bit tougher. So that's the reason why I haven't been yet. Let's look here. Leo. Update on Leo. I don't think I have an update on Leo. I should text him. But I saw, man, I went to his last Instagram and like 48 people commented on it. He's got like 2 followers. 48 people commented on it. Saws, yeah. He's the French guy that I texted, if you don't remember. What's the ugliest city I've ever been to? Congratulations, pod. Mythical Gabby. Mythical Gabrielle. That's okay, I guess. Ugliest city I've ever been to? I would say, what's that one near Boston? Mansfield? I think that's, Mansfield. Oh, you know where it is? It's where the Basketball Hall of Fame is. Of Fame. Where is that located? I'm looking right now. Springfield, Massachusetts. Yep, that's what the worst city I've ever been to. And I was actually there. I was actually there for the Basketball Hall of Fame inductee, and it was still blow my brains out, boring. Jacksonville's not good either. Jacksonville, Florida. But there's probably so many worse cities I just haven't been. I'm just talking about cities that I've been to, bigger cities that I've been to. Everybody's asking me about the fucking United Airlines. This guy, every now and then someone says, hey, can you post a picture of you and Dr. Dre? Just look. Use your eyes. Use looking. I did already. Chris, what do you think when you're talking with a friend and someone tells you to watch your language? This is by @Ben_yes_Johnson, Benjamin Johnson. And he writes, gaming the system. Yeah, never do that. If somebody says watch your language, I swear more. That's just horrible, dude. You're an adult, you know? You're an adult. You can handle that. You can handle if I say fuck. You can handle if I say shit. You can handle if I say cunt. And that's a real bad one. You know why you can handle that? Because you're an adult. So, and, you know, there's worse things. All right, well, so, look, thanks for listening, my rude boys and my side tings. We got to do some other tings after this, so I'm a little bit busy. Sorry I can't stay longer than an hour this time, but it's been 57 minutes so far, and I got to tend to some tings, okay? Now, let's recap. Don't sing if you're not a singer. Again, we talked about that. Don't get a snake, naturally. And watch that thing on the Netflix is what I was talking about the violin shit. It's real interesting, the wonders of the world. Yeah, there'll be ads. There will continue to be ads because I'm trying to back up the Brinks truck. Okay, I'm trying to pile all this Gouda. All right, so if you're mad that I have 40-second ads on my shit, change it. Listen to a different podcast. Guess what? There'll be ads on those. All right. Thank you for listening. Until the next until the next podcast, the episode 12. That'll be the first to episode 12 we ever did. That's it. Don't forget to download the free Square Cash app for iOS or Android now. Do that because it's the best app for transferring money from each other to each other. I've got upcoming show dates coming up, chrisdelia.com, Australia, Arizona, what do you call it? Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. Tweet me at #congratulationspod. And listen, rate and review the show. That will help. And I'm serious. You're probably like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But do that. As soon as this ends, which is now, just go rate and review the show. It's so easy, and it helps me. We are now on Stitcher. So for all of you guys that like to complain about all the stuff that we're on and that we're not on, we're kind of on all of it. All right? Google Play, right? Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube. We're on the YouTubes. One time I had a guy say, hey, you got any cool YouTubes? You got any new YouTubes for me to watch? And it was funny, and I laughed. All right, thank you very much. You guys listening, congratulations, the podcast. I'm Chris D'Elia. I'll see you when we see you.
Congratulations.